Good morning team. Today we will discuss what is the difference between vendor management and third party risk management. Second question, how you handle resistance from business units that want to onboard a non-compliant vendor. Both questions are very important. Many of guys thinks that okay, vendor management and third party risk management are same. I am discussing about the question number 1, but actually the vendor management and the third party risk management, okay, what is the actual differences? Let's discuss here the difference. Okay, let's discuss first what is vendor management. Vendor management and third party risk management are actually overlapping few controls. So vendor management means they decides the outline of vendors. Example, outline. This is outline of vendors. Example. Okay, this sets the requirements of vendors. Okay, they decides the performance of vendors. Okay, they decides the KPIs, and they decides okay about the termination of vendors. Or I can say that vendor management is a kind of business unit. Okay, let's take expansion example here to set up. Okay, let's suppose okay there is a bank. Okay, there is a bank. Okay, who require a vendor to provide the service. Okay, and as you know, bank has different business units. So loan units wants to hire a vendor. Okay, so the team who is managing the loan business units, right, they release a tender. So what is the roles and responsibilities of vendor? Guys, don't go for the accuracy of spelling, please. Roles and responsibilities of vendor management team, or this team is also called as a business team. Okay, what is the role? Okay, they release the tender. Okay, they release the tender, correct. Okay, they are the SPOC to vendor with respect to any issues. Number C. Okay, for assessing purpose they take help from TPRM team to assess the vendor. That means TPRM team is a different team actually, and business and vendor management team is taking help from TPRM team to assess the vendor. Assess means to just check the security postures of the vendor. Okay, after this vendor management team is responsible to measure the performance or quality of vendor. Okay, they are responsible to manage the KPI. Okay, they are responsible to manage the KRI. Okay, and they are responsible to manage the SLAs, and by when vendor needs to terminate, right, who will decide? Business units means we can also say that okay, vendor management team decides that okay, when to terminate the vendor. So if I outline the definition of vendor management, right, they are the one who creates the requirements and who measure the performance okay, who measure the performance and who measures the SLAs, right? Who decide that by when vendor needs to terminate. Who will decide? Vendor management team will decide. Okay. Apart from this, now come to the TPRM part. What is the role of TPRM here? Okay, as I can say, TPRM is a small section of vendor management. Correct. Okay. The roles and responsibility of TPRM is to manage or to identify the risk and compliance level of vendor. I hope these things are clear now. What is the scope of vendor management and what is the scope of TPRM? Okay. So TPRM just assess the vendor in terms of GRC, right? Means what is the posture of vendors GRC is, right? How comfortable they are in managing the policies, right? What is the encryptions level, right? What is the audit? What is the risk management they are managing about, right? What is the business continuity management they are adhering, and all these all things would be assessed by the TPRM team. So TPRM team, I can say TPRM team is a core managing risk management team who works for vendor management. TPRM works for vendor management team, this one. So if I outline once again, right, vendor management team, right, manages the performance and SLA of third parties. Okay, but TPRM measures the risk and compliance of third party. Guys, don't go for the accuracy of a spelling because I am tapping on very speed, that's why. Okay, third party. So this is the actual difference between vendor management and third party risk management. If you still have any queries, guys, let me know, or you can set up a one-to-one session regarding to understand more better on this. Okay. Second question, coming to the second question, guys. What is the second question? Second question is how to handle resistance from business units to onboard a non-compliant vendor. Okay. How to handle resistance from business units that want to onboard a non-compliant vendor. Yes, this question straight you the exact scenario. See, business units means guys, business units means this one, vendor management team. Now let's take an example here. Okay, my name is Rajbir. I am a TPRM assessor. Okay, I received a request from vendor management to assess a vendor on urgent basis. Okay, who is from the vendor management? Let's suppose XYZ is a person who is from vendor management. Great. Okay, as you can see, there is an urgency to assess the vendor because of the critical hiring required from the management side. Okay, so I started assessing the vendor and I observed that, okay, during assessing, right, I observed that vendor is lagging in policies documents, right? What are the policies documents? Example, BCP, DR and security incident policies are not up to the mark, right? I had highlighted this issue in the supplier risk report, but vendor is not cooperating to provide the desired documents. But as you know, to fulfill the complete assessment, right? I need they need to provide the documents like BCP, DCDR, documents and security incident policy, but they are not cooperating. That's why, right, there is a delay in assessment. But as you can see, there is an urgency of hiring. Then XYZ person who is from vendor management, right? XYZ person contacted you. XYZ person contacted you to provide go ahead for vendor because of urgent hiring. But as you know, the assessment is not completed yet because vendor need to provide two documents. So in this case, what to do? So this is exactly the question is, how do you handle the resistance from business units that want to onboard a non-compliant vendor? As you can see, the vendor is non-compliant because they are lagging in providing the security and all certificates. But business units wants to hire because of the urgency. Okay, so in this case, guys, right? Uh, do not argue with the business units, right? Your job is to just, so you need to understand your job. Your job, TPRM job is to just assessing and highlighting the vendor's risk, right? So what I need to do here, guys, right? So I will prepare the vendor risk report. In vendor risk report, okay, I will highlight the risk which are open with impact and sent to business or vendor management team. Now it's from here, right? It's completely a business call whether they wants to onboard vendor or not. If they want to hire, right, it would be a business risk. If they want to hire, it would be a business risk, right? Because you had clearly highlighted the vendor risk in vendor risk report, right, with impact that yes, vendor is non-compliant and these few documents are required from the vendor side to fulfill the compliant. Okay, so this is how you can handle the resistance. In any scenarios, right, do not argue with business. Okay, just highlight the risk and send to your CISO. Okay, discuss with CRO as well, and then send to the business. Now it's business calls. If they have urgency or if they want to go ahead with the vendor, they would directly taking a business risk for the same, right? See here. So this is how you can manage the resistance of the business in critical vendors onboarding, or if they forcing you to approve the vendors, non-compliant vendors. Okay, so these are the scenarios, guys. These are the two questions which I had covered. I hope, guys, these two questions are okay for you. If you have any queries, right, let me know by providing your comments, guys. And apart from this, if you want to get a training on GRC, ISO 27001, TPRM, right, NIST, SOC 2, GDPR, PCI DSS, etc., right, please connect me on, or you can also drop me an or also you can do your comments, will pick up from there. Okay, so currently the training is going on, guys, for GRC, or you require support for ISO 27001, TPRM, NIST, SOC 2, GDPR, PCI, or any other security framework you want to learn, right? Apart from this, I will help you on interview preparations. Okay, I will help you to understand the interview tricks, right? Mock interviews. Okay, my ultimate goal is to just helping you to set up a job for you with respect to the job description you received, JD you received. So that is my perspective, mission, guys. So let me know by doing emails if you require any trainings related to ISO, TPRM, NIST, and all these stuffs, right? And thank you so much, guys. Have a nice day.